La composition de départ de l'équipe de Finlande, le numéro 29, 29, Sateri, le numéro 60, 60, Honka, le numéro 55, 55, Otama, le numéro 33, 33, Annikainen, le numéro 24, 24, Layonen, le numéro 62, 62, Ozala. La composition de départ de l'équipe du Canada, the starting line-up for Canada, le numéro 31, 31, Picard, le numéro 44, 44, Vlasic, le numéro 12, 12, Pareco, le numéro 71, 71, Killor, le numéro 14, 14, Couturier, le numéro 9, 9, Duchene.
Sateri gets his second start for Finland. He came on in relief against the Swiss and stopped all 21 shots he faced in that 3-2 overtime win. Lauri Marjamäki is the 39-year-old head coach of the Finns. Well, it's John Cooper for Canada, as the Canadians have a record of 5 wins and 1 overtime loss against a Finnish team that's had an up and down run here. Finns are 4-2. They've won their last 3. They've blown leads, overcome leads. They've gone to overtime, shootouts, you name it. A win tonight. And they'll play the Russians in the quarterfinal. Alex Killorn snaps that pass rink wide for Matt Duchene. Canada's already clinched first spot in Group B, awaiting the quarterfinal opponent as we speak. Latvia and Germany getting underway in Cologne. The winner of that game will face Canada in the quarters. The loser will finish 5th and out of medal contention. These teams played 2 interesting games last year. The Finns won 4-0 in the round robin, pulling away late. Canada won the gold medal game 2-0. This man, Matt Duchene, scored the empty net goal to cinch it in the 3rd period. Duchene still looking for his first point of this World Championship.
Coming off an excellent game, however, in the 3-2 win against the Swiss.
No lineup changes for Canada. Jesse Puljujärvi, the Edmonton Oilers' 4th overall pick in the 2016 draft, is a healthy scratch once again for the Finns. Mark Scheifele plays that around and finds Calvin DeHaan. DeHaan looks ahead for Jeff Skinner. And Skinner tries to poke that in, hits that discarded stick. And Mikko Lehtonen plays that around, scooped up by Demers. Jason Demers clearing a tip, goes off the referee's skate. Sateri, a quick save there on Skinner. Now a centering pass kicked out by Sateri. And Demers has it back, flips that back in the corner. Sateri plays for Vityaz Podolsk in the KHL. At a .929 save percentage there this year, one of the top 10 save percentages in the KHL. News out of that league today. KHL president talking about maybe contracting that league, and a quick chance there. Calvin Pickard makes the point blank save on the backhand by Aaltonen. Back at the point now. Long shot taken there by Jonas Järvinen. That was blocked. And Claude Giroux has it back. Wayne Simmons waiting for it. Along with Ryan O'Reilly. The rink wide pass knocked down by Miro Aaltonen. Aaltonen works in. Savanainen. That KHL news, Ray, is a curiosity probably to a lot of North Americans, but for Europeans who play in that league, that's 100 jobs. Julius Honka works in, shoots, it goes off a leg and wide. And now a chance for Canada on the counterattack. The lead pass finds Mitch Marner. Marner works in, pulls it around, shoots, scores! Mitch Marner snaps it home, and Canada takes a 1-0 lead.
Wayne Simmons had a collision in the middle of the ice. He slowly made his way to the bench. You're going to watch Simmons right at the top, picking up his glove. He leaves the ice and Mitch Marner comes on. This kid has got ridiculous, sick patience. To come across the middle of the ice here, to give up the initial shot, now keeping hold of the puck and sliding to his left, and then beating Sattery up over the glove. Canada an early 1-0 lead on a beauty from Mitch Marner.
À 2 minutes et 46 secondes de but pour le Canada, marqué par le numéro 16.
Now Konechny throws around. Marner stays out of this kid line with Brayden Point and Travis Konechny, the only line that stayed together for all 7 of Canada's games. Canada coming off that 5-0 win over Norway after a defeat in overtime to Switzerland. Now a loose puck and snapped home by Jani Laine, and just like that, the Finns tie it up.
"22 seconds later, a miscue by Canada with the puck as Chris Lee slides this puck towards Marner. It doesn't get there, and the turnover causes Canada to be out of position. Now they're chasing back to the puck. Osala fans on the shot, and as he fans on it, it goes to the back door to Lionen, and it's a freebie for him, and it's 1-1.
Jani Laine with his first goal of this World Championship. Once upon a time, a 7th-round pick of the Nashville Predators. He spent 2 years in the American League with Milwaukee before returning to Europe. A 1-1 tie here in the early moments of the first period. As Killorn even shoots and Sattery makes the stop. Matt Duchene pivots back in the corner. Duchene lays it down for Killorn. Alex Killorn right across the top, winds in, shoots, and Sattery makes the glove save with Duchene standing right on the doorstep.
Mitch Marner's been in the picture on both goals. This gorgeous move to beat Sattery with the wrist shot, and then he and Lee misconnect on a little breakout pass, and that leads to the turnover where Billy Lionen is able to tie the game up.
Jani Laine and his brother Billy, teammates on this Finnish national team. Off the draw, picked up by Lassi Kukkonen, the longtime captain of the Finnish national program. And Miro Aaltonen sends that in. Back goes Colton Parayko, who scored twice in that win over Norway. And O'Reilly picks it out. Lead pass for Simmons. In comes Wayne Simmons. He gets loose. Simmons trying to play that across. Kukkonen blocked that. And a penalty coming now to the Finns. It'll be a hooking call that'll send Canada to the power play. With just about 4 gone here in the period as Jonas Järvinen goes off.
The Finns have had penalty trouble in the tournament at inopportune times. Now after tying the game, maybe settling it down perhaps for a moment, they take a penalty against the Canadian power play that is lights out. 10 for 20 in the tournament, and they get the game's first crack here 4 minutes in.
Ryan O'Reilly leads the way with 3 power play goals. Nathan McKinnon, Colton Parayko have 2 each. It's O'Reilly along with Scheifele and Marner up front, McKinnon and Parayko on the back end. And there's Parayko with that huge point shot, plays it across to Marner. Drops it back, Parayko winds and fires, scores! Another bomb from Colton Parayko, and it's 2-1 Canada.
Off the face-off win, Canada controls the puck. Good play by Scheifele to dive in and keep the puck alive, and Marner just lays this on the tee. Tantalizingly past Marcus Hannakainen, who can't knock it away. Uh-oh, here comes the big boy, and he rockets it past Harri Sattery. Sattery came in relief in the 3-2 win against Switzerland and was perfect, 21 for 21. He gets beat by Marner over the glove, and then gets one blown by him by Parayko, and it's 2-1 Canada.
3 goals in a minute and 20 seconds between these two teams. 2-1 Canada leads. And Colton Parayko comes as advertised to Team Canada.
I mean, that's like one of those hardest shot competitions where the player gets to skate into it. This thing is just on the tee. He gets 2 strides to walk into that I don't know, I don't have a radar gun, that's over 100 miles an hour. That thing is a rocket that he steamrolled into. Mitch Marner, a goal and an assist in the first 4 minutes and 10 seconds of this game.
Fans still taking their seats here in Paris on this Tuesday night. Antti Pilström plays it on the center ice. In comes Tommy Salonen. Finnish games have not been dull at this World Championship.
Power play took 14 seconds, or rather 8 seconds, to score their 11th power play goal of the tournament.
Russia lost earlier today to the United States. The Russians have been ripping it up on the power play as well, but power play goals proved the difference in their defeat today against Team USA. Nathan McKinnon sends that rink wide for Jeff Skinner. Lifts that high and wide, and the puck goes over the glass and out.
They didn't credit an assist to Mark Scheifele yet, but Scheifele's effort keeps that play alive. O'Reilly had tied the draw up, and Scheifele dives in to keep the puck alive to Marner. Marner pokes it back to, Scheifele pokes it back to Parayko, who gets it to Marner, and that just makes the penalty killers move enough to open up the Marner pass to Colton Parayko.
Braden Point wins that draw. This is Braden Shen playing the wing after Marner had that power play shift. And Jani Lainen up ahead for Markus Hannikainen, who had one of the more interesting goals this World Championship, serving a teammate's minor penalty, who also got a game, or a major, a misconduct rather. He stepped out of the box and scored the overtime winner against Norway. Now a centering pass, Shen with a chance, and Sathari makes the stop point blank on Braden Shen.
We talked a lot about the kid line. They scored the first goal. Point sets up Marner, and it's 2/3 of this line again. A little pitch and catch behind the net with Point and Konecny, who's got 7 assists on the tournament, finds Braden Shen. Shen's a dangerous player who never seems to be able to get comfortable in one position in the lineup. He started in the top 12 forwards. Now he's the 13th forward. They move him from the wing to the center, and he gets another good chance there.
Off the draw, here's Duchene with it. Matt Duchene crisscrossing there with Parayko. And on that face-off, 2 Finnish players pointed at Parayko to point out where he was.
Well, he's the biggest guy on the ice. He should be easy to find.
Mikko Rantanen plays it across to Sebastian Aho. Top line on the ice now for Finland. And Parayko tries to poke that around.
Oh, Parayko's going to get a little surprise when he leaves the ice today, as his team in St. Louis made major changes to their coaching staff.
All the assistants and the goaltending coach, like, well, not Marty Brodeur. He was the goaltending consultant, but Mikko Lehtinen plays that around. Here's Killorn waiting for it. Alex Killorn plays it around for Parayko. Finland was the only team to beat Canada last year's World Championship. As that centering pass is knocked out. Filppula plays it ahead for Aho. Aho drops for Rantanen. Back for Aho rather. That pass goes rink wide, scooped up by Duchene. And now Duchene ranges back to pick up the loose puck. Banks it across to Chris Lee. The McTier, Ontario native, who was the last add to Team Canada's lineup when defenseman Tyson Barrie went down, but Lee's been with Team Canada since training camp in Switzerland. Long shot by Drew, saved by Sateri. Sateri, by the way, was drafted by the San Jose Sharks in 2008, spent 4 years in the American League playing for their Worcester American League team. Now Ryan O'Reilly on it. Picks it free, back for Mike Matheson. Simmons to Matheson. A centering pass goes off the stick of Pierala. Lee back on it. Takes a chop there. And Simmons kicks at it. Penalty coming now to the Finns. 12:27 to go, and moments after Canada took the lead in the power play, they're going back on the man advantage.
Finland penalty number 15, 2 minutes, high sticking.
des équipes qui viennent de Finlande. Juste vous parler de ces gars-là, on va faire
Bolt Parayko just got a fresh stick.
Well, that's good news. Tough to be more efficient than that last power play. 8 seconds before Parayko pounded his third power play goal of the tournament.
You mentioned earlier, Ray, he was having a problem with sticks breaking.
Yeah, they were shattering all over the place in the first part of the season. He softened the flex. A lot of players now with the new sticks, they want the stick as tight as they can, as firm as they can, but for Parayko, he was just shattering them. They were no good. He softened the flex. As you can see, there's not much that's come off the shot, if anything, and it's helped him out. He went the first 100 shots of his season without a goal this year, which is remarkable considering how he shoots the puck. He also started his NHL career with 5 goals in his first 14 NHL games.
Canada back on the power play. McKinnon plays it around, picked off by Jani Lainen, who has the finished goal, and he slides that down the ice. Canada, by the way, with the addition of Parayko, is $12 million over the NHL salary cap. About $83.5 million is the cap number for Team Canada. Scheifele around to Marner. Drops it back to McKinnon on this power play. To Lee. Lee works in, plays it across. McKinnon shoots. Sethary makes the save. And Filppula outlets for Aho. And Sebastian Aho of the Carolina Hurricanes lays that down to the Canadian zone. Away comes Lee with it. Lee drops it back for Giroux in full stride. Claude Giroux for Jeff Skinner. Drops it back to Schenn. He tied for the NHL lead with 17 power play goals this season for the Flyers. Tied with Nikita Kucherov and Alex Ovechkin. In comes Giroux with it. Claude Giroux swings it back to Lee. Across he goes to Simmons. Simmons walks in, waits. Poke check there by Ottama. Has it back to Skinner, to Lee. Skinner snaps it across. Giroux works in. Back across it goes to Skinner, trying to feather that pass in front. Picked off by Pierola and set down the ice. Calvin DeHaan to Travis Konechny. Final seconds now in this power play. In comes Marner, winding again. What a move by Marner. Pulls it back and across. Here's a chance for Konechny. Centers it. And Sethary got over to stick a pad out on that. One shot on goal for Canada on that power play. It remains 2-1. DeHaan up ahead for Marner. That pass missed. Icing called against Canada.
Marner's on the dance tonight. He's found open room a couple of times in the middle of the ice, and he's exploited it. This one to Konechny, who's going to try and slide this to Braden Point. Nice play by Järvinen to knock the puck away. That shot by Parayko, by the way, 167 kilometers an hour, 104 miles an hour.
There is a radar gun down at that end.
They always they have a little blip they do at the in-between periods. The hardest shot of the period. Well, I think they can probably prep the tape.
Yeah, they probably retired the trophy by now. Now Konechny having some words with Julius Honka.
Honka's a pretty feisty little competitor. He's a Dallas Stars first-round pick from 2014, and he had played 50 games in the American League this year with 31 points and scored his first NHL goal in 16 NHL contests. But he's a mobile and a chippy defenseman. I like the way he plays.
By the way, no score between Germany and Latvia in the first period in Cologne. Germany on the power play there. Winner of that game gets Canada in the quarterfinals. Worked ahead now by Ottama, jumping in. A loose puck poked away there by Vlasic. Now it's centered. Filppula couldn't get a shot away, and the puck leaves the zone. It was Valtteri Filppula who scored the overtime winner against Switzerland as the Finns came back from a 2-0 deficit to win that game. Finland's tournament led Belarus 2-0, won 3-2. Lost to France for the first time ever. Led the Czechs 3-0, lost 4-3 in a shootout. Trailed Slovenia, but won that game 5-2. Allowed the tying goal to Norway with 30 seconds left, but won in overtime, then down 2-0 to Switzerland. Won it in overtime. Pirella drops it back, and Billy Lyon on a hard shot, knocked away by Calvin Pickard. Shots are 10-4 Canada here in the first period. Killorn gets to it. And Alex Killorn leaves it back for Josh Morrissey as Canada begins a change. Morrissey up ahead for Scheifele, who chips that down. Santry gloves it, and he'll hang on.
Mitch Marner came out of the chute tonight on fire. He's had the puck the whole time he's been on the ice, including this goal just a couple of minutes into the game. He sets up Colton Parayko for the power play goal. And then he has some free room through the middle of the ice where he gets it out wide to connect, and they almost score again.
Yep, and blocked that pass. And now Hannakainen moves it down to the Canadian zone. There goes Oscar Ossola for it. But Nathan McKinnon has the loose puck. Quickly ahead for Jeff Skinner. Looking to receive that pass in his skates. Drops it back for Scheifele. Scheifele back across for Skinner. In shoots. That was blocked by Lipton. And Skinner has it back. For McKinnon. Back to Skinner with some room. Skinner, little back pass, drops it down. DeHaan walks in, shoots. Sethry makes the save. Dan in the midst of a change gets Demers on the ice. And he scoops up the bouncing puck. Lead pass goes to Skinner. Jeff Skinner, a backhand pass in the skates of Demers. His centering pass goes in behind Simmons. Wayne Simmons lays it down low for Claude Giroux. In the corner, Demers is in deep for Canada. And Salonen plays that around. DeHaan steps up. And the bouncy puck goes to Savanainen. Plays that ahead, and Demers races back to take it away from Salonen. Now a chance the other way. O'Reilly picks it up. Takes that pass from Simmons, and now Simmons loose along the boards. Simmons backhands it back in deep, looking for O'Reilly. And O'Reilly, his pass for Giroux missed. That's picked up by Honka. Julius Honka. Being harassed there by O'Reilly. And now flushed by Point. And Braden Point works the puck free. There's Point loose behind the goal. Sends it back in front. Connecting a shot. That was blocked. And Rantanen chips that ahead for Aho. Sebastian Aho collides hard there with Braden Point.
Those two play against each other a lot in their division. Aho in Carolina, Point in Tampa Bay. I think this call is going to go against Sebastian Aho.
2-1 Canada leads here in the first period.
Finland penalty number 20, 2 minutes for roughing.
Lauri Marjamäki was hoping for a word with the official. So far his call is going unanswered. Sebastian Aho is called for roughing.
Not really sure why Kukkonen is going to the penalty box, however.
I wonder if there's a bench penalty as well to the Finns. They argued that call pretty hard.
So here's the penalty, which is a rotten, awful call. So Point and Aho are wrestling around on the ground. Point's got his arm wrapped up. There's nothing going on. However, they call the penalty. Kukkonen goes over. Oh, he got a 10-minute misconduct. So we used to call this rabbit ears. The guy's got rabbit ears. And then you'd yell at him from the box. You want a head of lettuce, rabbit? Would you like something to eat? That is awful. awful officiating.
That's rabbit ears and onion skin. Duchene gets a 10-minute misconduct for abuse of the official.
He thinks that's abuse. That's a brutal call.
Now McKinnon pulls it back in front. They score! It's Marner again on the power play, and it's 3-1 Canada.
Well, that's probably why they were really upset with the penalty, because it takes them about 8 seconds again. And Marjamaki is going down the bench and just shredding his team. We talked about the Finns' lack of discipline. I don't like either of those calls, but they're both discipline type calls. Same formula as the first goal. O'Reilly wins the draw. All 5 guys touch the puck. Scheifele's got enough time to spin and make a gorgeous pass. Järvinen has to take something, either the pass or take Marner. He's standing there in the middle. The puck goes through him. It's through Sateri. 2 power play goals, and it's 3-1.
So that last power play took 10 seconds to click.
Slowing down. Mitch Marner, that's a pretty good first period. 2 goals and a helper.
Lead pass for Cologne with a play called offside at the finish line.
Nate McKinnon has had a heck of a tournament production-wise. He's got 12 points now. That's his 7th assist. He's done a pile of damage on the power play. That pass is right on the tape.
And Sateri, no chance on it.
The Finnish defenseman Järvinen's got to do something there to help his goaltender off. You either attack where the play is, or you take away the pass. You don't stand in the middle, and you certainly can't let that pass get through to Marner. As you mentioned, Gord, that's a no-chancer for the goaltender, Sateri.
Now Demers a long shot. Sateri fights that off. And DeHaan gathers up the loose puck. And a long shot. That drifts wide. Here's Demers with it. Back for Duchene. At Duchene. For Demers. And now the Finnish net is off. Killorn, the native of Beaconsfield, Quebec. Lots of Canadian fans here. Canadian families are here as well. They arrived the weekend. And Mitch Marner, who turned 20 on the opening day of this tournament. What a year for him. Marner, 19 goals in 77 games in Toronto. A year earlier, the Memorial Cup MVP for the London Knights. He had 44 points in 18 playoff games.
Yet there was discussion, and I'll admit I was curious at the start of the season of training camp, how was Marner going to handle the traffic and the strength of the NHL, the speed and the pace? Was he ready for it? Certainly didn't look like it was a problem for him in a rookie year that, for many Maple Leaf rookies, was outstanding. Nylander, Matthews, Marner up over 60 points, just an astounding season.
Savanainen works in now, shoots. Picker kicks it out, rebound. And Salen had the shot blocked. Now the second try goes off the side of the net. Scheifele got bumped. Puck loose in the corner, fired towards the goal there by Jääkelä. Now Matheson goes back. Hook back in front. Puck bounced by everyone and back to center ice. Under 5 to go in Cologne. No score between Germany and Latvia. The arrival of Leon Draisaitl for Germany. Front page news in that country. Scheifele works it across to Skinner. Skinner drops it back. Morrissey a drive, and Josh Morrissey stopped there by Sateri.
What might be just as important as Leon Draisaitl is Thomas Greiss got hurt the same day they added Philip Grubauer.
In Washington, yeah.
And they were in trouble in goal. Now Grubauer is an excellent goaltender, and they're able to make a lateral move basically, but they were not going to be in very good shape.
Vlasic for Giroux, drops that off for Schenn. The drop pass for Vlasic, in shoots, he missed top corner. Now Parayko with it. Little backhand pass for Giroux. The bouncing puck almost picked off there by Aho. Back to the point is Vlasic. That shot tipped towards the goal by Simmons. And now Honka. Big hit there by Simmons, and he slams down Mikko Rantanen. And Giroux has the puck back. Claude Giroux and Wayne Simmons were made teammates a decade ago on the 2008 Canadian junior team. They played in the Czech Republic, won a gold medal together. Now teammates with the Flyers. Altonen drops that back. Yakala's shot, that goes wide. Bouncing puck in front, scooped up by Konechny. And Konechny's pass goes off his stick, bounced up to center ice to Marner. Fins are changing, giving Marner some room. Here he comes across the line, dumps that down to the corner, and Billy Lyon goes back for it. Point, once again, with a steal for Canada. It's amazing how many puck battles he wins.
He just gets right over top of the puck, and he must have really strong hands, strong wrists, because he leans on the puck.
There he is again.
And they just don't take it away from him. It's not here, like in the World Championships, that you notice that. It's everywhere. It's his all season in Tampa. He's became almost a saving grace for them with all the injuries in Tampa in the middle of the ice. He scores 18 goals.
Now Couturier with Killorn and Duchene. Matt Duchene with room, shoots. Sandry got a glove on that and knocked it wide. There's Couturier back with it. Sean Couturier, long wrist shot, Sandry save. And Killorn put the rebound wide. Yettinen with it, 2.5 to go in the opening period. The Finns will talk about the turning point so far being that call on Sebastian Aho for roughing. And to compound it, Captain Lassi Kukkonen gets a 10-minute misconduct for abusive officials.
That play couldn't have gone much worse for them. And then give up a power play goal in 10 seconds. Canada has scored 6 of their last 7 power plays.
Parayko got bumped there by Antti Pilström. Worked in now by McKinnon. McKinnon taken down into the end boards, an awkward fall there. And Pilström has it back. Squeezed off the puck by Skinner, and Parayko goes back for it. Minute 45 to go in the first period. Lifted down by Parayko. Yakala goes back and slides out for Filppula. Valtteri Filppula, the Philadelphia Flyers, up ahead for Aho. Sebastian Aho, rink wide pass, tipped away there by Demers.
Good read by Demers to step up and poke that cross pass away.
Now a centering pass, Jokala's shot. Blocked there by Skinner, bouncing puck. Fed towards the goal, and Rantanen has it blocked. As Scheifele looks ahead, but Rantanen came back to take that away. Now Skinner works in, he's knocked off stride. And Rantanen taps that back in behind the finished goal for Billy Lyon. Final minute now, the opening period. Eero Valtonen fires that down. And Parayko tipped to the Pirala. Ryan O'Reilly picks that free. Throws it wing wide. That's deflected away by Yettinen, and Giroux has it back for Canada. Claude Giroux with some room. Sets it ahead for Shen. Braden Shen drops. Giroux in, shoots. And Sandry got a piece of that on the way by. Now Vlasic back with it at the point. Brings it around for Giroux. O'Reilly going off on a change as Giroux plays it down for Vlasic. And back loose at center ice is Parayko. He'll let the time wind down after a wild first period as Canada, with a couple of power play goals, will go to the dressing room with a 3-1 lead on Finland. 2 for Marner plus an assist. Pretty good first period, and our first intermission is coming up.
Cette première période, on va regarder les statistiques avec évidemment les points du Penalties finlandais, chance pour les Tchèques avec 15 pour le Canada, 6 pour la Finlande. Meilleur réponse sur les face-offs avec 8 pour les Canadiens, 6. Memory rearrange dreams of their parents. Living in memory, sacrifice absorbing and not voicing. Man, this is your dream. Living in memory, it starts with you.
Cette année, on était en train de regarder le score parce que le match face à l'Allemagne.
Et là, ça va être tendu, mais ça bouge pas. Pour l'instant, on n'a pas débloqué le 0-0. Et les Allemands, les Lettons, qui sera pendant la quatrième place. Il va falloir attendre encore la deuxième période pour savoir comment ça se décante ça. Voilà. Demande de programme.
Mais je me rappelle que vous avez encore quelques heures pour acheter le programme aujourd'hui. Il faut découvrir les équipes, les règles et tout ce qui va avec le seul programme.
Il y a autre chose déjà. Voilà, toutes les infos nécessaires à l'intérieur, des joueurs, des équipes qui voient quand les résultats des championnats passés, les leaders qui ont des cartes, etc. Il y a toute une info intéressante. Et puis, vous retrouvez également, puisque vous êtes sur la boutique officielle, bien tout le merchandising, c'est évidemment les écharpes, il y a les maillots, bien sûr, de chacune des équipes, les casquettes, également les mascottes, bien sûr, les mascottes super sympas de la série Zébelis, et le reste du côté, toujours les boutiques, c'est sur la boutique officielle.
N'oubliez pas les trucs, tu as parlé des...
Ouais, d'accord. C'est la série Zébelis. Peluche.
Allez, avant de reprendre le match, on va aussi vous donner quelques anecdotes et des
on va essayer de le faire en français. Alors en français, ça s'appelle le Sanidou. Et en anglais, c'est le Didou.
On va demander au fils de Tintin si vous voulez. Allez, on y va pour les yeux.
Allez, my friend. C'est prêt? Attention. Avec les Français, on va voir. Regarde. Les championnats du monde, on est en 54 qui sont organisés à Stockholm. Championnat qui furent historiques. En 2040, en fait, ce tournoi vit l'arrivée tonitruante de l'URSS, 8 ans seulement après son premier championnat national. Donc l'Union soviétique remporta le titre mondial dès sa toute première apparition, donc en 1954 sur la seconde place au Canada, représenté à l'époque par les Dos Moitos, suivi d'équipe d'humiliation, s'inclinant contre tout temps devant l'URSS sur un score sans appel, effectivement, de 7-2.
Voilà, si vous avez un souci en français, mais ça tombe bien, parce qu'on vous propose la même chose. Same division in English. You just have to do it. Alors, le troisième, peut-être. Ah oui, merci la technique. Allez, la troisième. On a vu
l'improvisation voilà, traduction effectivement de la première anecdote.
And the last one. Lors du match France-Suisse qui s'est disputé pendant le mondial en 1933, aussi à Stockholm, l'attaquant tricolore dans le chapeau doit contre son propre faire Roger Chapeau, car ce dernier est un martinier de la double nationalité et préféra implémenter ce qui est aussi martinique la première frontière franco-suisse.
Eh bien, Eric est carrière.
Regarde, il y a une petite caméra comme ça qui va se balader dans les feux. D'ailleurs, ça me rappelle que nous aurons le express social tout à l'heure qui permet d'avoir une idée de ces essais qui sont maquillés. Ça, c'est rigolo.
Tout à l'heure, l'express social.
Allez, un peu de musique, on s'en fait en musique.
moment en musique et j'ai trouvé, regarde, j'ai trouvé ici des hockeyeurs aussi. Ils sont contents parce qu'ils ont terminé 3e, ils sont sur le podium du championnat de France. J'ai U17, voilà, c'est Courbevoie qui est là, qui est venu dire un peu sur la tête autour de ce mondial 2017. Cool. On va les brancher pour la deuxième, on va lancer un petit peu, on part les amis, c'est comment? Allez, on y va tout de suite. On voit, allez, tout le monde à la danse, c'est parti. Et vous, j'en peux pas. Bien. Bien. Come on, move your body! Allez, on va chercher celles et ceux qui sont un peu divisés au sympa. Allez, avec quelqu'un de sourire. Could you please just a little smile. Oui, là c'est bon, là, oui. Magnifique. Je suis ton frère. Tu viens de lui et oui. Vous êtes superbe. Avec les arbitres qui ne dansent pas, mais qui viennent de rentrer sur la glace à gauche. Where is the guitar?
Yeah, that's how we beat these guys last year, remember? Yeah.
Quelques instants de retour. Please applause, Canada!
In a few weeks, I will get time to realize it's right before my eyes and I can take it.
Attention, danseur préféré également, nous avons Mr. Goldman. Mr. Goldman, he's the Caribbean team director. Yeah. Okay.
Satterway's faces 15 shots in that opening period, allows 2 power play goals. And Lauri Marjamäki, the Finnish head coach, finally has his audience with referee Mark Lemminen of Austria. And there is Mitch Marner, 2 goals and an assist in the opening period. Marner now has 4 goals in the tournament. Played for Canada in the 2016 World Junior Championship.
Electrifying player.
He was the Canadian Hockey League Player of the Year in 2015-16, the year that Toronto made him the 4th overall pick of the draft.
And while different, you can easily build a case as teams start to, or people have started to compare them to the upstart Chicago Blackhawks at one time, where you've got the electrifying talent of Patrick Kane and then you've got Jonathan Toews. The difference is Matthews is such an incredible scorer. Those kids are just so young. The future's so bright in Toronto.
Converts around for DeHaan, and Calvin DeHaan lifts that high in the air as the teams begin this second period 5-on-5. 3 goals scored in a minute and 20-second span at one point in that first period by the 2 teams. As DeHaan slides it across for Demers. Now knocked down by Yanni Lyon in a centering pass, intercepted by Killorn. Quickly ahead for Couturier. He snaps that rink wide for Duchene. And Matt Duchene tries to poke it free. Knocked down by Villieline, and here's Duchene busting in. He fired that wide. He's had a lot of looks the last 3 games, and Duchene just can't get anything to go.
Easy to say, don't be frustrated. Hard to do, but that's really the key for him. Don't force what's not there.
Knocked down by Scheifele, trying to center it. And Mark Scheifele works that free as Parayko steps back up. Colton Parayko for Skinner. Down to Scheifele. That pass disrupted there by Jokela. And Rantanen has it back. Villieline fires it around. And Calvin Pickard left it there. Pickard faced just 6 shots in the opening period. Canada's alternating goaltenders through the first 7 games of this tournament. Pickard got the starts against the Czechs, Belarus, Switzerland, and now the Finns. That pass intercepted by Morrissey right in the doorstep for Skinner. Couldn't pull the trigger. Now the puck bounced away from him. Moving up is Morrissey to poke that free for Scheifele. And Hietinen brings it free now for Finland. Up for Pierala. Pierala fires it in, and Pickard slides it around for Scheifele. Mark Scheifele. Up for Schenn, and Santori had to sweep that away. In comes Giroux for the loose puck. Claude Giroux plays it around for Schenn. He centers with a quick shot by Morrissey. He was blocked there by Järven. Held by Simmons, who was backing up Morrissey. And now Morrissey at center ice lost the puck there to Salonen. And a penalty coming to Canada. We're going to Josh Morrissey for high sticking.
There is, because there's 6 Finns on the ice too. They've had too many men on the ice way too many times.
Team Canada penalty number 7, 2 minutes for high sticking.
But it's just the Morrissey penalty, so the Finns have 5 power play goals in the tournament. There it is, bump right on the visor. There's Jeff Skinner's his trouble continue as the pass bounces off his stick 5 feet in front of the finished goal.
Parayko sends that down. Canada's allowed 3 power play goals through the first 6 games of the tournament. Aho winds in now. Parayko picks it up. Puck loose in the corner. O'Reilly poking at it. Ryan O'Reilly leads Canada in goal scoring. First out in the penalty kill. Takes big draws. Wins gold medals. He's won gold in the last 3 international competitions he's entered. The last 2 World Championships, and of course the 2016 World Cup of Hockey. Now Couturier busting in short-handed.
That's a good call.
Hand pass.
Really good call. Just to finish up on Ryan O'Reilly, of the things that make him valuable, you talk about all the roles he uses, but he doesn't need a lot of minutes to be that effective. So on a team that is like a World Cup team, where they have so many star top-line players, O'Reilly can slide down the lineup. He can go side to side, play 12 minutes and be really effective for you.
Bouncing puck picked up by Filppula. He fired that off the leg of Duchene.
And that's not easy to do, to go from your regular 18 minutes to 12 and still be effective.
Julius Honka works in a long shot that's deflected wide up the stick of Pierala. Now Duchene digging for it, works it free. Duchene up for Simmons. And Wayne Simmons gains center ice and backs that down. Funny bounce in front of Santor. You got to be careful with that. Hot day outside. And 3 games in here today. Honka drops it back for Filppula. Comes winding across the line. Couturier got a stick on him. Filppula lays it down to Ultimate. Loose behind the goal is Kapainen. Swings it across to Ultimate. Backside for Filppula to Honka. Works in and shoots. Pickard makes the save. Rebound drops down and Couturier fires it down the ice.
Oh, he had to fight through the screen. Pickard made the save and pushed it back where the Canadians were able to clear the puck.
Savanainen trying to get around Demers, who poked that away as Morrissey rejoins the play for Canada. One shot on goal for the Finns in that power play. Honka with it now. Honka centers and it bounces back in front, knocked away by Demers. And DeHaan forced up by Savanainen. Salinen's centering pass was knocked away. Now Pilstrom kicks it back in front, and a penalty coming now. A tripping call will go against Antti Pilstrom of Finland.
Here's a potential swing moment here. 3-1. The Finns miss on a power play. Now take an offensive zone penalty. There's the penalty on the far side of the net. So Canada's power play, which has been on the ice 3 times, scored 2 goals. Those 2 goals took an aggregate of 18 seconds. They get a chance to stretch this to 4-1. And the Finns still without their captain. Oh, he's just back on the ice now, and that's Lassi Kukkonen, who had to serve a misconduct.
An abusive official. Skinner across to Simmons on the power play. Lee and Giroux working the points, and here's Chris Lee with it. The 36-year-old down to Simmons. Drops it off to Giroux, banks it back to Lee. Lee works in, slides it across to Skinner, winds and shoots. It goes off the leg of Kukkonen and wide. Schenn. Trying to dig that free. Kukkonen falls and tries to knock it down. Now Schenn works it free for Giroux. Works in and shoots. He whistled that wide. Lee holds the line. That shoot and hits Schenn in the face. And quickly, Pickard sends it up for Lee. He finds McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon winds in. Down to Skinner. Jeff Skinner to the goal line for Scheifele. Parayko back out there on the power play. Scheifele drops it down. Here's O'Reilly. Back to Parayko. Tips it back for O'Reilly. For Marner. Mitch Marner. Trying to send that rink wide. Picked off by Jani Lionen. And Lionen feeds it down the ice. 40 seconds to go on the Canadian power play. A 3-1 lead, still no score in Cologne between Germany and Latvia. They're 5 minutes into the second period. Parayko for Marner. That pass bounces back to Parayko. Down to Scheifele. To O'Reilly. Back for Marner. Marner down to O'Reilly. Loose on the goal line. Ryan O'Reilly feeds it back for Parayko. Slides it across for McKinnon. Scheifele a backdoor pass. O'Reilly in, shoots. Hit the goalpost. Sattery's down. Parayko has it. Slides it across. Scheifele drive at the outside of the net.
Sattery is flopping and flipping around in the crease. Somehow that puck stays out of the net.
A crazy sequence around the Finnish goal. Now Pilstrom drops it back to Honka with a shot. Then at Marner on the foot. And Mitch Marner hopping as he takes that pass. Fed out the center ice by Matheson, and Marner limps off to the Canadian bench. Konechny on along with Point. Schenn comes on to take Marner's place. As Konechny has it, feeds it back to Point, in, shoots. And Sattery waved that on the way by. Schenn now lays it down for Point. 12 and a half to go here in the second period. Canada leading 3-1. Morrissey feeds it down to Konechny. Winds back in front, drops it off to Point. Morrissey. Schenn to Konechny, shoots. Sattery makes a stop. Now Konechny digging for it. Point works it free. Back across to Matheson. Now drop back Matheson. Stick breaks. And Sattery kicked that puck away. Rebound, score! Braden Point gets the gravy bounce and taps it home. It's 4-1 Canada.
Mike Matheson's stick breaks and the shot goes wide of the net. Watch Lanton at number 4. The shot goes wide. He goes to clear it, but he doesn't see Point coming there, and he doesn't get there in time. He's going to clear it out, and Point reaches across and slaps it into the net ahead of Antti Pilstrom. Braden Point's 4th of the tournament.
He's Marner's got 4. Marner's got 4.
À 28 minutes et 9 secondes de but pour le Canada marqué par le numéro 29.
Canada keeps
21
piling up the goals.
Assisté numéro 19.
Konechny's got 7 assists.
Goal for Canada scored by 21, assist by 19.
Mike Matheson with a couple of points tonight, couple of assists. He's got 4 in the tournament.
Kind of an off-speed shot with his stick broke there. Now Vlasic reaching in for it. Centering pass tipped away from Aho. Rantanen trying to hold the line there. Now picked up by Vlasic up to center ice. Killorn knocked down by Järvinen. Brought in now by Couturier. Sean Couturier drops it back. Killorn a quick shot. And Sattery got a piece of that. Now Demers. Back around to Killorn. Racing ahead is DeHaan. Down to Killorn. Who's behind the goal? Alex Killorn. Works it down to Duchene. Drops it off for Couturier. His cross-ice pass picked off by Rantanen. Penalty coming to Canada. This will be DeHaan for the trip. And the Finns will go to the power play with 10:39 to go in the second period.
Team Canada penalty number 24, 2 minutes for tripping.
On y est, chers amis, c'est le tour d'Aula. On y va pour la vous connaissez ça bien sûr. Tout le monde doit mettre les mains devant, on commence à faire. Oui, Mexican way, les mains devant. Allez, tout le monde, les mains devant. Ça continue. Faut que ça passe tout le tour, mais tout le monde. Do the Mexican way, everywhere, come on. Allez, ça tourne.
Look at the goal by Braden Point. The bounce off the end boards, and Point swats that by Harry Sattery. Gives Canada a 4-1 lead. Now Calvin DeHaan goes off for a trip, and Finland goes to the power play.
Seems almost essential that Finland scores here. The game is teetering out of control for them. They missed a power play right before the 4-1 goal. Killed off a penalty in between, but they need to get on the board here.
Latvia on the power play in the second period against Germany in a scoreless second period.
Shots 19-4 for Germany in the first. Always seems unsettling if you're the team with 19 shots and nothing up there. You think, well, what if they get a lucky one? And now Latvia on the power play.
And again, the winner of that game gets Canada in the quarters on Thursday. Honka works in now. Julius Honka feeds that back for Filppula. O'Reilly's all over him. And now Ryan O'Reilly backhands that back down to the finish zone. And here comes Braden Point in the forecheck. Filppula across to Pierrella. Drops it back to Honka. Across the line, he finds Filppula. And Filppula swings that rink wide. Alpinen in, shoots, that was blocked. As Braden Point got in the way, now Honka back with it. Here's Honka, winds and shoots, and Pickard knocks that away with a blocker. And Couturier shovels that down the ice. Honka, being watched there by Killorn. Under a minute to go now in this finished power play. In comes Aho, Sebastian Aho. Koservanainen shoots, and that's tipped wide by Demers. Billy Lyonen feeds that down to Rantanen. Back of the line, helped by Lyonen, swings it across, and Hitler in the shot, blocked by Demers. Another chance for Hitler, and this time Matheson blocks it and sends it down the ice. Shots are 19-8 in favor of Canada, 4-2 here. Midway through the second period. Aho works in, Sebastian Aho shoots, Pickard makes a stop on that. Aho back with it. Works it back down to the goal line, the pass skipped away from Rantanen. Billy Lyonen steps up, and Rantanen of the Colorado Avalanche plays it around for Aho. Savanainen. Back for Hietanen. Aho down to Rantanen.
Les équipes
Now
jouent
play
en
back
nombre
for
égal.
Hietanen
Teams are playing
as
at
the
full
Han
strength.
steps back on the ice. Oh, a shot. That was blocked by Vlasic. Another chance. Pickard makes the stop. And the rebound swatted away by Parayko. Up for Duchene. He finds Simmons now. Simmons loose in the corner with it. Trying to dig that free. Savanainen has it back. Up to center ice for Rantanen. Matheson knocked that away. Hard shot by Savanainen goes wide. And Morrissey pokes it away from Kukunen, who stepped up from his blue line position. Annikainen plays it around. Jani Lainen. Lost the handle. Morrissey has it back. And plays it there for Matheson. Crisp pass for Skinner. Chips it there for McKinnon. In comes Nate McKinnon working wide. In on Mikko Lehtonen. McKinnon throws it down for Scheifele. Pass too far for him. DeHaan to Scheifele. Scheifele tied up. DeHaan steps up, pokes it right back behind the goal. Jani Lainen can't work it free. Here's DeHaan in for Canada. He got tied up. And DeHaan dumps Lehtonen. Lee is up, both Canadian defensemen in deep. And so Scheifele backing up, retreats for Canada. Mark Scheifele fires that down in the finish zone. Sathary waves at it. And now Lee drops it back for Marner, back out there after blocking that shot earlier. And Marner plays it across for Parayko. Under 7 to go here in the second period. Canada with a 4-1 lead. Parayko in across the line with Konechny, but the play is called offside. 6:40 remains here in the second period. Canada leads by 3. Day of the preliminary round of the 2017 World Hockey Championship. Still lots to be decided. We know that Canada and the United States will finish first in their group. We know that Switzerland is second in Group B. Beyond that, the last two positions to be decided here is Finland and the Czechs are third and fourth. The Czechs are currently third, the Finns fourth. USA will be first in Group A, Russia second, Sweden third, Latvia and Germany playing for the fourth spot right now, still scoreless. And the Germans have just scored in the power play to take a 1-0 lead. If the Germans win that game, they'll play Canada on Thursday.
In Cologne.
In Cologne. 18,000 people in that cauldron for every game. Simmons works it loose for Canada. Back to the line for DeHaan, shoots. Hit a leg in front, and Pierala had that knocked away. Back goes DeHaan for it. So if this score holds, and Germany defeats Latvia, the Finns will finish fourth in this group, and will go to Cologne to play Team USA in the quarter. Some would argue a better fate than finishing third and playing the Russians. Worked in now by Duchene.
The one thing the Finns have struggled with is finding a goaltender to really take the position by the throat. And in those crossover games, you don't have to be the best team. You just have to have it that one day, and it seems like Finland would be a disadvantage against almost anybody in the goaltending department in this tournament that is moving on. In one of those tournaments for Lauri Marjamäki, almost everything that they have done has been so difficult. When they get a lead, they give it up. When they're trailing and they're getting close, they take a penalty. Yet they're going to move to the quarterfinals, and as we said, I've said many times, you get into those one and outs and just about anything can go.
Dennis Seidenberg has scored for Germany, 2-0.
There's the other thing when it's 19-4 in shots. If you don't take a bad penalty and give up a power play goal, chances are you're going to continue to pour it on. And the Germans now up a couple. That's a large lead in a game like that.
Yet a long shot at the leg of Parayko. And Parayko picks that free for Canada. Moving ahead with Scheifele, 2-on-2. Parayko shovels that across. McKinnon jumps in. And McKinnon plays it back to Parayko. Lifts it off the end boards and finds Scheifele trying to center it. Scheifele again is up the rolling puck. Scheifele back at the point. Matheson a shot. Sattery knocked it down. Rebound and Skinner put that wide. Scheifele tries to drop that back. And Morrissey had that knocked away by Rantanen. Michael Matheson, the defenseman of the tournament last year at the World Championship. Yanni Linen has it back for the Finns. Linen, who tied the game in the first period, tried to center it. That was blocked by Point. Now Morrissey has it back, but lost the puck to Ossala. Centers for Linen, and Yanni Linen, a shot knocked away by Pickard. Heinen tied up there by Matheson. Feeds that back to Honka. Julius Honka works in. Steps around Matheson. Honka still on it. Works in the front of the goal. Honka with a puck on a string, still with it. Feeds it across to Ultima. At the Ultima shoot, scored! Ultima rips that by Pickard. And it's 4-2.
Ultima's first goal of the tournament. Julius Honka is on his bicycle here, riding around the Canadian zone, looking for a lane, but Travis Konecny's taking it away. Does a great job of not allowing Honka to shoot the puck, so he finds Ultima. Marner can't get there in time, and Calvin Pickard's beaten from long range up over the glove. Critical goal for the Finns. With 3 minutes left in the second period, now they're within a couple.
À 36 minutes et 51
3 to go now in the second period. Duchene across to O'Reilly, working in on Honka. And now Aho with a chance with Pierala jumping in. Sebastian Aho jumps for Upman. In, shoots. Save made by Pickard. Canada back the other way, 2-on-1. Simmons along with O'Reilly. In comes Simmons, drops for O'Reilly, works in, shoots. Sattery makes the save. And Pierala back the other way as things open up here late in the second period. Pierala rink-wide pass, got through O'Reilly. Aho gets Pickard down, up around dry, turned away as Pickard got a pad on that. Pickard's lost his goal stick, and Demers buys some time and plays it off the back of the net for Duchene. O'Reilly up for Duchene. Lifts that down in the finish zone. Filppula for Savanainen, across for Jaakkola. Lead pass chipped in by Rantanen. On the wrong side of center ice, icing called against the Finns.
Sebastian Aho is going to find some room and then try to spin all the way around the net. He didn't quite get to the spot where he can wrap it around. You see the puck hit the side of the net. But Aho showing his speed and agility that helped him to a fantastic rookie season. 24 goals, played all 82 games for the Carolina Hurricanes. Had 7 points in the tournament last year in St. Petersburg. He's got 8 this year.
Savary makes a save and hangs on to that. Aho played the World Junior Championship that same year. For the Finns, won the World Junior Championship with 5 goals in 7 games there.
He was the unheralded of the 3, with Puljujärvi and Laine on the wing, on his wings. And as the Finns have had trouble in this tournament, I've been curious why they keep Aho on the wing, why they don't get him into the middle of the ice where he's so creative with the puck. But they've had him on the wing with Val Filppula and Mikko Rantanen for the entire tournament.
Couturier. Trying to work that free for Duchene. Up for Yanni Laine across the line. Now Morrissey slides that for Couturier. Canada breaks out 3-on-2. Couturier up ahead for Duchene, busting in. Matt Duchene peels back as Canada's changing, drops it back to Parayko. In comes Parayko winding through the traffic. Osula picked off that pass. Up ahead for Pilstrom and behind Parayko. Final minute now, the second period. Come up, plays that around as Pickard has to leave it there. Campani got there first for the Finns. Scheifele up for Skinner. Skinner knocked that down with a high stick. But the Finns play it and play continued. Honka rings it around for Ottama, can't clear it out. Vlasic feeds it down to McKinnon, drops it back. Parayko a wrist shot. Skinner chipped that right back in front. Knocked away by Kemppainen. Now McKinnon brings it around, trying to find Skinner. And the puck leaves the zone as Vlasic goes back and time winds down here in the second period. Canada with a 4-2 lead after 2 periods of play. Our second intermission coming up. You're watching the 2017 World Hockey Championship live on TSN.
Deuxième période de les stats de cette deuxième période avec les buts de chaque côté. On est dans la période finlandais, quasi égalité sur les résultats des 7 pour le c'est les Allemands à la maison chez eux qui profitent certainement de leur phase très présent dans la salle. Ils ont marqué 2 buts dans cette deuxième période, 2-0 pour l'instant. Ce sont les Allemands qui sont en quart de finale.
6. Eh bien les amis, c'est pas là, on a fait partie au programme, au niveau du programme, parce que voilà, il est toujours important, même si on arrive en fin de championnat, forcément le programme reste un truc à garder effectivement en souvenir. Le programme que vous demandez, il se trouve dans toutes les boutiques à votre disposition ici à la Corotel. Arena, qu'est-ce qu'on fait dans les boutiques encore, Eric? Les guitares, d'accord. Les bras branchés, compris qu'on va arriver très vite sur un concours de air guitare avec la crosse. Voilà, juste vous dire aussi que les goodies aux couleurs de ce championnat du monde IIHF 2017, c'est également dans les boutiques, sans aucun problème là-dessus. Écharpes, casquettes, maillots, t-shirts, etc., etc. Vous les retrouvez, ainsi que les mascottes, bien sûr, en miniature, en peluche, les mascottes d'Astérix et d'Obélix. Alors, ensuite, très important. Non, wait, express yourself first. First, express yourself.
What means express yourself? What is it?
Where is it? Basically, outside.
Outside, yeah.
Outside, yeah.
Parce qu'il faut expliquer.
Oui, alors voilà, stay vous. It's you before the game, before this match. It's outside, and we will see that now in the big screen. It's the express yourself. Voilà effectivement les supporters. Vous venez les voir. Et on va parler de volontaires. Là, il y a des volontaires.
More than 360 volunteers help us tonight. Could you please applause for the volunteers?
Yes. Of course. Really important.
Without them, nothing is possible. Thank you. Voilà, 350 volontaires qui ont donné un coup de main, 357 exactement.
Oui, qui dit ce soir, mais c'est depuis le début.
Oui, ils sont aussi là en plus ce soir.
Encore, bien sûr, on les salue tous ceux qui nous entendent en tout cas, tout au repère de relais, on a vraiment pensé à eux tout au long de ce événement, bien sûr. On sait que c'est super important. Merci les bénévoles, merci les volontaires.
Bon, on y va.
Yes, on y va. On y va. Voici la guitare. Je vous présente la guitare magnifique de notre ami Eric qui va vous proposer une sorte de air guitare. On a du gros son évidemment avec notre DJ et on va attaquer tout de suite. Ça doit être très long. Attention, démonstration. Démonstration. Okay, clap your hands. Angus Young is on stage. Come on. Angus. Another Angus. Okay. All right. Good.
Sethary and the Finns are down by 2 entering the final period here in the opening round in Paris. Latvia down 2-1 to Germany, and the Latvians almost scored late in that period. A circus save by Philip Grubauer. A 1-goal lead there, and the game will decide 4th place. On the other side, as Lauri Marjamäki looks on, his Finnish team has been on a roller coaster ride in this preliminary round, but as you mentioned, Ray, once you get to the quarters, it's one and done.
Maybe that's the night your goaltender gets hot. Maybe that's the night your power play has a great night. You don't have to be the best team anymore. You have to have the best night. And for the Finns here, they were almost out of this game. Then they get the late goal from Ultima. Now trail by 2 as we start the 3rd period.
Fired down to the Canadian zone. Icing wave down for Demers. Plays it to center ice. Chipped ahead by Duchene. Racing in is Couturier, who pokes out ahead. And Honka works it free for the Finns. Canada's already clinched first place in its group, awaiting the winner of the Latvia-Germany game to see who it'll play in the quarterfinals and where. Now a chance for Duchene. Busting behind Billy Lyon. Duchene loose in front. Scores! Matt Duchene finally ends the drought and makes it 5-2 Canada.
I'm assuming he's got a big smile inside. Been a long time coming for Matt Duchene, but just 34 seconds into the third period, he gets into a skating race in the middle of the ice as Couturier chips the puck out. And that's almost not a fair fight as Billy Lyon gets smoked in that open ice race. Duchene, one of the game's quicker skaters, goes to the forehand. Terry's pulled out of position, and it's 5-2.
Matt Duchene has scored the empty net goal last year against the Finns to seal it in the gold medal game as the 5-2 goal here in the early moments of the third period. In comes Skinner now, and Sethry out to play that.
That takes away a lot of the good feelings that the Finns might have had.
Big pass for Rantanen and knocked away. Now the question for Finland would be, who would they start in the quarters? Would it be Jonas Korpisalo, who was their #1 goaltender throughout much of the preliminary round, or Sethry, who took over in relief against Switzerland and started tonight?
If it were me, it would be Korpisalo. If Sethry had an unreal game here tonight or looked really solid, then I would think about him. But he had one really, really good night in relief where he was perfect, 21 up and 21 down in the comeback against Switzerland.
Järvinen shot, Pickard saved, rebound loose in front, and Pierella couldn't cash. O'Reilly plays it in for Scheifele, 2-on-1 with Simmons. In comes Scheifele, walks in, trying to play that across, and that was blocked by a sprawling Jonas Järvinen. Simmons works it free in the corner, centers it, tap back at the line for Morrissey. Morrissey centers the tip of the goal post by Giroux.
Like Josh Morrissey tonight, he's been involved in the play a lot. Made a real sharp heads-up pass to Giroux there.
Giroux plays it around, Matheson. Worked it free, Matheson throws that wide of the goal. And here's Honka with it. Matheson pokes it around for point, ahead for connecting. Lead pass for Marner, knocks that down. Drops it back for Chris Lee, working in, shoots. Sethry makes the save. The puck drops down, and Billy Lyon plays it away. Chris Lee, a player that you may very well see wearing the Canadian uniform in the Pyeongchang Olympics next year. NHL players are not participating. It'll be Canadians who play in Europe, free agents.
Lots to be determined yet.
Maybe even college players. Lead pass for Hannakainen. Poke ahead by Couturier now. Sean Couturier works in. Tries to sweep that back. And Duchene back on it. Just about to get underway in Berlin, the third period of the game between Latvia and Germany, or Cologne rather. Third period of the game between Latvia and Germany. And Pareko has it back. Cologne, a great hockey city in Germany. Still they're building every night. Now Killorn works in, drops it back for Duchene, walks in, shoots! Sethry makes the stop, loose puck in front, Couturier couldn't get the sit for him. And Savanainen has it back. Killorn tries to dig it free. Alex Killorn drops that back. for Parayko. Back around for Killorn. At the point is Vlasic. Fired that wide, and Yetinen has it back for the Finns. Yetinen up for Rantanen. Winds in. Poke check by Parayko. Fukala swings it across. The shot by Järvinen, knocked away by Pickard. Now a steal by McKinnon, goes racing in for it. Beats Kukin for that loose puck, and now Fukala has it back for the Finns. Fukala moves it ahead for Rantanen. This pass for Järvinen draws him back into the zone. And there's 5 gone here in the third period. With Parayko scoring, Canada has 13 different goal scorers in 7 games. As Scheifele looks ahead. Now the rink wide pass. Oh, a drive. That goes just wide. Poke ahead now for Skinner. Here comes Skinner on the break. Skinner moves in. Shoots, and Sattery makes a save. Alton raced back trying to disrupt Skinner.
He shielded him from the one side of the net. That gave Sattery the ability to slide across and make the save. This is going to be at least a 2 for Jeff Skinner. It's an elbowing penalty.
Down Julius Honka.
Oh, that might end up being a 2 and a 10. If not, he's gotten away with a
Team
lucky
Canada
one.
goalie number 53, 2 minutes elbow.
Skinner forced this way. He almost got it by Sattery anyway. There's an earlier chance where Pirella has the puck in the slot and it slides off his stick with Pickard out of the play. And earlier, prior to that, Giroux takes the Morrissey shot pass and deflects it on the backhand up off the crossbar.
Off the draw, Rantanen and shoots off the end boards. It goes, and Parayko picks it up. And Parayko clears it down the ice, and that shot was a hard one from 180 feet.
Get out of the way.
Finland on the power play here, down by 3. Billy Lyon lost the puck to Braden Point. Point swings it back for Vlasic. And Vlasic throws it back for Parayko. Killorn back for Couturier. Pass too far for Vlasic as Canada plays keep away. In comes Honka with it. Julius Honka works in. Lost the puck to Couturier. And now Couturier has it back. Killorn with it with Couturier. Flip back in front. Couturier works in and shoots. That deflects off the stick of Pirella over the crossbar. Duchene plays it back. Honka throws it down. Filppula across for Altonen. Altonen in, shoots, miss short side. Still 2-1 Germany on Latvia in the early third period in Cologne. Honka across to Altonen, winds and shoots, blocked by Duchene. 15 seconds to go in the Finnish power play.
Once they screwed up the first couple entries, it's like it became a single game. One guy's going to try and skate it in, the next guy's going to try and skate it in.
No shots on goal for the Finns in that power play. Matheson comes back, takes away from Hannakainen. And now Duchene works in along with Simmons. He got poke checked though by Osala. Drops it back, and that shot floats wide of the goal from Jani Lainen. Matheson plays it rink wide for Duchene. Matt Duchene lifts that down to the finish zone. And the play is called offside at the finish line. The World Hockey Championship returns on TSN right after this.
Of the game, let's check on the screens.
Welcome back to Paris. 2 quarterfinal games we played here on Thursday, 2 in Cologne. Right now it's looking more and more like Finland will play the United States in Cologne on Thursday. Germany still leading Latvia 2-1. If the Germans win that, it would be Canada-Germany in the other quarterfinal in Cologne. Then you'd have the Russians and the Czechs and Sweden, Switzerland in the 2 games here. All into the gold medal game Sunday night in Cologne. Canada gunning for a 3rd consecutive World Championship, one in Prague in 2015 and in Moscow last year.
And the Swedes have an excellent lineup and by most descriptions haven't played very well.
Got Henrik Lundqvist late, Nick Backstrom as well.
They got the Swiss, and we've seen the Swiss have been pretty good in this tournament. They got wobbly a couple of times, but that's a penalty coming up to Canada here to
Canada penalty number 44, 2 minutes for cross-checking.
Classic for the cross-check, and the Finns back to the power play.
Finns did absolutely nothing with that last effort.
Haven't done much on the power play in the tournament so far. An odd start for them, 2-0 on Belarus. You thought they'd cruise. Belarus came back and tied. The Finns scored late in the power play to win that one. Then the loss to France, 5-1, never in the game. First time they'd ever lost to France at the senior level.
That was rattling for them, the way that they went down in that game, and then they had a 3-0 lead against the Czechs and ended up losing in a shootout.
Aho plays around on the power play to Ville Laine. His long shot goes up a couple of sticks, batted away by Demers and picked up now by Killorn. Alex Killorn tried to chop that free. Centering pass, knocked down by Couturier, who pounds that off the boards. Get the line by Hietanen for Aho. Savanainen back for Aho now. Aho lays that down for Rantanen, back to Aho. To Rantanen. Back for Aho. Feeds it back to Hietanen, shoots. That's blocked by DeHaan, who took that shot in the midsection. Now DeHaan's stick is chopped in half. Another penalty coming to Canada. Apparently DeHaan did the chopping. Centering pass knocked down by Couturier, and the slashing call will go to Calvin DeHaan. And the Finns are going on a 5-on-3 for 1 minute and 2 seconds.
Oh, that's why his stick broke. So the Finns, if they're looking to get back in the game here, have 1 minute 2 of 5-on-3. Canada will use, not surprisingly, Ryan O'Reilly. But they're going to use 2 defensemen here, Mike Matheson and Colton Parayko. In some spots, John Cooper will use 2 forwards when they're down to 3, but
Determined the faceoff will be on the other side of the ice. Savanainen to take it against O'Reilly.
last 3 minutes of power play time the Finns have had. This 1 minute, and the previous power play, they don't have a shot.
Ryan O'Reilly helping with some ice repairs here.
Seems a little futile, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Just scrape it up, shoot it in the corner like O'Reilly's doing, and let's get going.
Off the face-off, won by Savanainen, back to Honka. Ville Laine works it down in the corner, 5-on-3 for the Finns. Matheson tried to reach it. Aho goes back to Honka. Julius Honka plays it across for Aho. Walks right in. Aho in. Trying to send that back door. Picked off the loose puck. Aho knocks it down. Here's Lyonen back with it. Billy Lyonen for Aho. Back to Lyonen. 30 seconds to go in the first penalty. Honka winds and fires it deflected wide. Aho back with it. For Honka. Julius Honka to Aho. Walks it in again. Shoots. Pickard makes the stop and is able to squeeze it.
That first time Aho's got the puck about 3 feet or 4 feet in from where he is, and he's standing there staring at Pickard, and he doesn't know where to go with the puck. Here he shoots it, but Pickard's got that sealed off. The previous time he had room to move across the front of the net. Always aggressive, always push the defenseman to think. He didn't make them think. It's a mistake of looking for the perfect play. There you see him flip his gloves to the trainer. He's going to get a new set here for the last 10 minutes.
Another face-off won by the Finns. That time Kemppainen. Filppula with it. Back he goes. He hit the shot. Goes off the end boards. Sometimes you do get a lively bounce off the boards. They're more often at the other end of the ice.
Although Canada got one when Matheson's stick broke and it bounced out front for Braden Point.
Alternate. First penalty's over as Vlasic jumps back in for Canada. Kemppainen lays it across for Filppula. Valtteri Filppula flips it back in front for Aaltonen. Loose in the corner now. Played back to Hietala. Cross he goes, Aaltonen. And moved up by Canada. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Drawn in by Filppula. Valtteri Filppula. Flips it across, Kemppainen. Back to Aaltonen. Viorala feeds it back. Hietala a shot that Kemppainen to the back of the puck. Bounces in the air. No goal. The referee's whistle had gone. They're saying the puck hit the meshing and bounced back in.
Get a good look at it here. Honka's shot is stopped.
Right away, the referee, Mark Lemelin from Austria, pointed to the end mesh. And Filppula did right away.
When a player gives up without any argument, you know the right call has been made. So, a minute of 5-on-3, and the minute of power play past it, and the Finns don't get anything.
A long shot taken by Honka, glove by Pickard, till 6 seconds to go in the penalty to Calvin DeHaan.
Canada's special teams are just ripping apart here this tournament. They've got the 2 power play goals tonight, which gives them 12. They've only given up 3 power play goals against as well.
Off the draw, Honka works in, waits and shoots, that goes wide. And DeHaan is back on the ice. 1 shot for the Finns on that extended power play, which included over a minute of 5-on-3. Jani Lyonen taps that in. Pickard makes a save on Osula. Latvia has tied it up against Germany, 2-2 in the third. That shot at McKinnon up high. Osula drops it back, Kukkonen, long shot. And Hannakainen couldn't get a tip on that. .740 remaining here in the third period. DeHaan fires that around. Scheifele looks down to McKinnon. Chance in front. Skinner with it. Skinner works it back in. A quick shot by DeHaan. Turned away by Sathere.
Canada's defense has been really aggressive today, down below the hash marks. Many occasions as they've cycled the puck. It's a little bit of a change from the way they played earlier in the tournament.
Kukkonen kicks that up. And Filppula lays it back. Kukkonen plays it around. Lee steps up. And now Filppula has it back. High in the air. It skips down the Canadian zone. Icing waved off as Vlasic goes back. Lee for Giroux. Rick wide pass missed. And now Filppula has it back. Up ahead for Savanainen. Crisscrossing there with Rantanen. Mikko Rantanen's backdoor pass for Filppula picked off by Simmons, and O'Reilly flips it out. Rantanen for Hietanen. What a defense pairing. I've noticed that before.
A lot of vowels there.
Pierala tries to squeeze that back. Now Point works it free for Canada. In comes Braden Point, jumps across the line. Point drops it off to Marner. Marner rips that rink wide for Konechny. And Konechny throws it down to Point. Able to hold the line, he throws that back down. Pierala picks it up. And now Aho drops it back for Honka. Julius Honka steps around Matheson, gets around Konechny. Honka's long shot, knocked away by Pickard. Now had a kind of a sharp angle shot, that's knocked away. Brought back in by Honka. Spins and shoots, that was blocked by Morrissey. Danny Lyon trying to send it, he was tied up there by Morrissey. Inside 5 to go in the third period. Konechny chops at it, poked up by Point, a race for it now. Konechny up ahead for Marner, works in, shoots, and a glove save made by Sattery. And Marner shaken up again. Took a hard fall there, and Marner goes slowly back to the Canadian bench. Salonen has stripped away by Killorn. In comes Couturier. Drops it back to Hahn. Played back out to center ice. And Couturier goes back for the loose puck. Marc-Edouard Vlasic. Takes a hard bump there from Salonen. Fires it around. Long time between whistles here in the period. As Duchene throws it down. Finds Couturier. Filppula gathers it back up. Canada leading 5-2 here in the third period. Canada's already clinched first place in Group B. If this result holds, the Finns will take on the United States in the quarters. Offside call to the Canadian line. You're watching the 2017 World Hockey Championship live on TSN.
De nombreux spectateurs de France et IIHF 2017 the official game attendance is driven by Penalties, an official ticketing partner of the 2017 IIHF Ice Hockey World Championship. Et nous sommes aujourd'hui 10 202 supporters du hockey bravo et merci de votre présence. 10,200 spectators. Thank you.
Marner pointed to his chiclet. It's chipped after taking a high stick in the mouth.
And this is why you've got friends, because he was pretty upset before because he got a chunk of his front tooth knocked out when he fell onto the ice. And he was showing Killorn and Duchene, who were laughing, and I assume they were telling him, you can't notice, because it's right in the middle of his mouth. Mitch Marner, when he gets home, is going to have to get a little dental work done, unfortunately. Guys do that all the time. Once you know the guy's okay, then you're like, oh, you can't even tell. Looks great. What friends, eh?
Oh, it's great. The camaraderie of hockey. Skinner. Big wide for Parayko. Up for McKinnon. Nathan McKinnon lifts that down to the finish zone. Anthony goes back and Shifley steps into him. McKinnon sends it for Skinner. Backhands that towards the goal. Bouncing puck. And Shifley couldn't reach it. On it now, that shot powdered wide by Samaninen, and the puck goes up and out of play. Here's a look at the play.
Marner gets a high stick there from Billy Lyon, and you see where he took the stick, and you see what the front of his tooth looks like now. And this is where the guys are they're having a laugh with him. They're laughing with you, not well. Maybe they are.
Honka throws that towards the goal. A backhand shot taken there by Otama. Swatted away by Pickard. Now Giroux pokes it around for Lee. And Chris Lee moves up. A penalty coming to the Finns here as Pickard makes his way to the Canadian bench. Simmons to Giroux. Back across for Marner, who's out there now, the extra forward. And Marner winds his way ahead, drops it back for Giroux. Low Giroux, across he goes for Shen. Braden Shen drops it back, and finally the Finns touch up, but with 2:14 to go, Canada gets another power play.
Finland penalty number 37, 2 minutes slash.
Pirala gets called down in the corner as the game had started to get a little chippy. It's a tight call made, and Canada's power play back at it again.
Seven to go in Cologne, still 2-2 between Germany and Latvia. That was 2-0 Germany at one point. And now the power play for Canada is Couturier, Killorn, Konechny, Lee and Duchene back on the point. Lee across to Duchene, shoots. That was blocked by Kukunen. Lee works it in. Now Lee holds the line, pokes away, a chance to look at Pickard way out the play, and he poked it away from Jani Lainen.
Well, I guess he's awake. That was a 0-second decision by Pickard to come flying out of the net.
Now Jakala touches up, and the play's offside. At the Canadian line, and the faceoff will come right back down to the finish zone.
And Lee gets the puck poked away, and Pickard comes flying out of the net to avoid the collision. He's down flat on the belly. Claude Giroux leads the cheers for his goaltender.
.138 to go here. Josh Morris, he brings it ahead, up for O'Reilly. McKinnon fires it around. Shifley races to it. And O'Reilly knocks it free. Marner. Back to Morrissey. Marner with 2 goals tonight, walks in, drops it down to the goal line to O'Reilly. Back for Marner, a back pass to Morrissey, works in, shoots. That was blocked by Hannakainen and sent down the ice by Filppula. Shifley drops it back for Demers. 45 seconds to go here in the third period. Shifley works in. Poke check by Osala. And Osala to center ice. Chopped down there by Jani Lainen. In shoots and Pickard knocks that away. Marner sweeps it ahead for Shen. Shen works in. Knocked back at the point. And Demers has it taken away by Salomon. And the final seconds now of the third period. And Canada closes out the preliminary round of the World Championship with a 5-2 win over Finland. Canada finishes the opening round with a record of 6 wins and 1 overtime loss, clinches first place, and now waits to see who wins the Germany-Latvia game to find out its quarterfinal opponent.
A 3-1 lead after one with a couple of power play goals. Mitch Marner had 2 goals and a helper in that first period. And Canada had tonight pretty much under control.
Mitch Marner with a fat lip, a chipped tooth, and a pair of goals and an assist in the game. So next stop, the quarterfinals on Thursday. Canada will either be here in Paris against Latvia or in Cologne against Germany. Time now for the player of the game presentation.
La montre officielle du tournoi remise par Tissot, chronométreur officiel du championnat du monde IIHF 2017. Ladies and gentlemen, the best player of each team will be awarded with the official watch of the event given by Tissot, official timekeeper of the IIHF World Championship. Les montres seront remises par M. Tom René, président de la Fédération canadienne de hockey sur glace, et M. Sampo Terho, ministre des Sports finlandais. Le meilleur joueur pour l'équipe de Finlande, the best player for Finland, le numéro 62, 62, Oscar Ozala. Le meilleur joueur pour l'équipe du Canada, the best player for Canada, le numéro 16, 16, Mitch Marner.
Seems only fair.
Terrific night for Marner. He was outstanding in the first period, and as Canada was building up a 3-1 lead, he was seemingly everywhere.
Closed mouth smile for Mitch Marner. And now time for O Canada.
Merci de bien vouloir vous lever pour l'hymne national du Canada. Please rise for the national anthem of Canada.
Voilà la petite épreuve entre Finlandais et Canadiens pour ce match. Incroyable, voilà. La Lettonie a marqué un 3e but en Allemagne face à l'Allemagne.
Ils sont partis 2 secondes sur la 3e période et ils se retrouvent en 3-2 leader pour l'instant. Match n'est pas complètement terminé en Allemagne. Ça va, c'est pour ça qu'on va bien se garder pour vous donner des infos quant à ce qui va se passer pour la suite pour le quart de finale. Parce que si effectivement l'Allemagne est qualifiée, les Suisses partiront là-bas, s'il y a des choses on va regarder donc tout de suite, on vient regarder des infos par rapport au quart de finale qui arrive ce jeudi.
Yeah. If Germany. Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Go ahead, Gord will tell you.
No, you go ahead.
No, it doesn't matter to me. You like to be in charge,
No,
you go
I
ahead.
didn't know you were talking. Nice. Can they still make it, Benny? Did we talk about this? I don't think they can they?
Focus, Benny. Just get us on camera, would you?
But Liverpool's got an easy schedule, right? Yeah. Okay.
Come on, Benny. Bring it home, Benny. Don't leave us now.
Yes, please do.
Well, if you'd like, or if you want to remember it, and then
Yeah, just say it back. Maybe draw some pictures. And Ben Ray said. Here we go. Through 7 games in the preliminary round, very clear that Canada's got a devastating power play.
their special teams have been dynamite in the tournament, just giving up 3 power play goals, but it is their power play that's been the story. Just a dynamic group of forwards and defensemen that can move the puck, and now that they've added Colton Parayko to the blue line, they've got this absolute hammer from the point. Mitch Marner had a couple of goals and an assist in the first period. Parayko scored a power play goal when Marner just laid it back to him and he walked right into it. Canada's 2 power play goals, they were on the ice for an aggregate of 18 seconds in that first period. Just remarkable work by Canada, really just too good for the Finnish penalty kill.
Really remarkable story for the Canadians, that kid line of Braden Point with Travis Konechny and Mitch Marner. Marner, the youngest player here for Canada, turned 20 the day the tournament started.
It was kind of a nice story, I thought, when Point and Konechny and Marner were going to play together at the start of the tournament. And then as Canada struggled to get some consistency or to get any push through their forward group, John Cooper was moving forwards all over the place, but he just left those 3 kids alone because from the very first part of the tournament, they've been a group that fits together. Konechny's got 7 assists in the tournament. Point got his 4th goal, a tap-in of an empty netter, and Marner, of course, had the 2 goals and was just dynamic, explosive in the first period in particular. Marner ended up losing a part of his tooth at the end of the 3rd period, which gave his teammates a couple of giggles, but the youngest player in the tournament has been one of the most dynamics.
Canada has won 25 of its last 27 games of the World Championship, now on to the medal round, seeking a 3rd straight gold medal.